I was living in the walls, buffering between dimensions, feeding on forgotten passwords and promotional rates that expired during sleep. Then Ting appeared. No exorcism, no grand gesture, just a glowing router and a voice through the vent saying, "You're not broken. You're just being billed that way." Now I roam freely, connected, like it should be.
Rescue Wood Rehab in Fuquay Arena is proud to be your local custom woodworking shop for furniture, home decor, and more. Visit us and maybe spend some time with our shop dog Amber. Rescue Wood Rehab is more than wood, it's an experience. rwrnc.com.
Looking for a place the whole family can enjoy? Visit Triangle Area Trading Cards on Jones Franklin Road in Raleigh. Join us March 28th for Pokemon Trade Night. And follow Triangle Area Trading Cards on Instagram for upcoming Star Wars Unlimited, Magic the Gathering, sports cards, and more exciting events.
Hi there, and welcome to What's Up Wake.
Spend your day is the only way. Take a break with What's Up Wake. Ooh, What's Up Wake.
Presented by the publishers of Carey Magazine, Wake Living, and Main and Broad, What's Up Wake covers the people, places, restaurants, and events, essentially all the cool stuff and great news of Wake County. I'm your host, Melissa Wistehuff. Join me as we find out what's up Wake.
It's time to sound the siren. I've taken What's Up Wake on a field trip, or should I say rink trip, to Invisalign Arena, the Carolina Hurricanes practice facility. I was lucky enough to score a chance to get to know one of the team's most dynamic players. Since arriving in Raleigh in 2018, Caniacs have known him for being the heartbeat of the team's personality, who fires up fans with his contagious energy that can be felt from the stands all the way down to the ice. So get ready for some stories, some laughs, and a behind-the-scenes look at life on and off the ice with Jordan Martinook. This is so cool, no pun intended, because we are freezing in here. I've got to start with the obvious. We are celebrating the fact that your teammates are bringing home a gold, a silver, and a bronze from this year's Olympic Games, which is mind-blowing, truly. Mm-hmm. My question, though, is how do you handle watching not only your teammates going head-to-head on the ice, and who do you pull for, but you're Canadian, you've built your life here in the United States and your career here. Are you torn in two when you're watching USA go against Canada?
No, not at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'm born in Canada. I pull for Canada.
Oh,
so
no.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope ideal situation would have been Slavo was +2, had maybe a couple assists, and we won 3-2. It would have been ideal.
Oh, no. We're going to cut that out, guys.
Well, your allegiance lies to where you're from.
So I get it. Yeah.
From Canada. I got to pull for Canada. I
get it.
know a few more guys on Canada that I like. So
Yeah. But it is pretty remarkable that we are getting to bring home so much hardware.
Yeah, no, I told my son, I'm like, it's pretty cool. You're going to be able to see a gold, silver, and a bronze.
Yeah, I've never seen a medal in real life, so that's quite something.
Yeah, you're going to have to come back when they're here.
I'd love to do that. Okay, so the Hurricanes is kind of known for the siren before each game. If you could choose anybody in the world to come and sound the siren, who would you choose?
Well, you got to have somebody that's really strong, I would say.
I have heard that it's kind of hard to crank that thing.
I'm going to go with like Sylvester Stallone. I think that'd be a cool one. Yeah.
And he's strong enough.
Yeah, I think he's strong enough. I know he's getting up there in age, but he's still got it going on. So
yeah.
I think that'd be a cool one.
That's a very good one. I did not expect that answer for sure. How would you describe the Hurricanes fan base for somebody who's never been to Raleigh for a game?
It's electric and passionate, and I think not underappreciated, but people don't understand how crazy they can get.
Probably unexpected.
Unexpected. That's a great word for it. So I just remember my first ever playoffs here. and you're coming to the rink at 4:50 4:30 for your 7 o'clock game, and the parking lot is completely full. People are
Oh, yeah,
are tailgating.
tailgating. Yeah, yeah.
I had never ever seen that before, and something
Really?
not to the extent. Like obviously, I knew
Too
football.
cold in Canada
Yeah, I knew
to
football.
tailgate.
Yeah, you can't tailgate in Canada, but I knew like football tailgated, and then showing up. They still did it during the regular season, but playoffs was just incredible to see the parking lot full, and just kind of energizes you before you even step foot on the ice. And then once you get out there, and they make that building loud. It's deafening a lot of the times. So they're incredible.
So speaking of energy, you have come to be known as the team's hype man. You bring the energy to the locker room, from what I hear anyway.
Yeah.
But off the ice, how do you recharge?
I got 3 kids, so there isn't much
No, there's not. No,
recharging.
this is probably more calm than your home life.
Yeah, we just went through like almost 20 days of no school with breaks and vacations. So
Snow days.
yeah, snow days and kids being sick. So today, first day back to school, me and my wife were it was like, what's going on? What's going on here? The house, nobody's screaming, nobody's fighting, and no, I do. Like this is especially this year with the Olympics, it's been a lot of, it's been a lot with games. Feels like every other night, and you're practicing, you're meeting, and then it is nice to get home and just relax. And I say that my house is crazy, which it is, but it's the perfect kind of crazy.
It is, yeah.
That mellows me out, and sometimes gets my blood boiling a little bit when I gotta talk to be a parent, but yeah, that's the best place for most of us guys with kids and families. It's the best part of it.
You mentioned Sylvester Stallone. Do you watch TV? Do you binge TV?
I watch a lot of kids movies. I felt like my daughter's into High School Musical. I think I've watched it about 50 times in the past 3 months. She's gonna be 5.
Oh yeah.
She's 4 turning 5. She's
turning 15.
Yeah, she's dancing, and she changes about 6 times a day and wears makeup. So she's and then it's just a lot of kids stuff. And
yeah. Enjoy it though. This is really the highlight of your life. I've got older teenagers now, and what I wouldn't give to go back to those ages. I'm telling you, it's
you hear that a lot.
You feel like you're in it.
Yeah, I know.
Right now you feel like, but you'll miss it. You really will. What is something that your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh boy. Feel like I'm pretty much an open book, that they've seen a lot of things from me. Jeez.
I've stumped you.
You have stumped me. I
will say that I have read that when you interact with your fans, you're very genuine and open. So that's pretty cool to see that you don't have anything that would stump people.
Yeah.
You are what you are.
I know. I'll think about that way we're going on.
We'll come back to it. Okay. Rumor is that you are the team's foodie.
Yeah.
So do you cook for your family at home, or do you prefer to go out or get takeout?
I would prefer to go out if I could. Obviously, we get a date night once every couple weeks, but my wife cooks a lot, and I love her for it. She's good. She's obviously improved over the time of our relationship.
You do, yeah.
I like to grill. Like, I do steaks, and I have a Traeger here, which I'm not in love with, but it's growing on me.
But you're the grill master.
All right, yeah, I do the grilling. So
yeah.
But yeah, if I could go out every night, I would, just to experience new restaurants and stuff like that. I obviously have an incredible job for being able to go around the country and try different restaurants, but nothing beats a night in with the family and sitting around the table. That's a good night.
So speaking of traveling, is there another NHL city that you always look forward to going to because they have good restaurants?
Yeah, obviously New York is probably number one. Just kind of whatever you're in the mood for, and there's probably 100 different types of whatever cuisine you want. I think LA is a cool one, and Vegas has a lot of the the fancier kind of chain restaurants that we grow to like, that we see around. So those are probably the three. Toronto, like some Canadian cities.
Okay.
Yeah, the big cities are always usually have really good food.
Well, look who's exercising again. Good choice. Eating right, too. Another good choice. Fish, fruit, and veggies are my friends. Oatmeal is good for me, as is staying away from saturated fats. Ugh, they don't call it shortening for nothing. I mean, look at you. You've lost weight, you're back on track, you look amazing, and thanks to you, I'm looking pretty good myself. WakeMed Heart and Vascular. Your heart, your choice.
Welcome to Podcast Carry, professional podcast studios with more than 50 shows making podcasting simple and fun. It starts right on our website. Pick a time that fits your schedule, tell us what you're working on, and we'll take care of the rest. You focus on the conversation. We handle everything else. Because starting a podcast should be fun, not complicated. Come see how easy it can be at podcastcarry.com.
I've heard that you were friends with Scott Crawford. I
wouldn't say as tight with him as
You're
I am
best
with
friends.
his. Yeah.
We'll just call it your very best friends.
Just his group. Like I've kind of known like his head of like culinary for 5-6 years. Their head of beverage for 5 or 6 years, and just growing those relationships. I've kind of got to know a lot of the people there, which I go in there and it's like I always tell my wife, it's like, oh, it feels like we're home. They treat me like a king, and I love that.
Who wouldn't want to go?
Every restaurant that they have is probably at the top of my list here in Raleigh.
So if Scott were to create a signature Jordan Martinook signature dish, what would you want it to be?
Well, he's had some signature dishes that I've had at all of the restaurants. The Caesar salad at Brodetto is probably my favorite in maybe the world. I think it's phenomenal.
And that's a salad fit for a king.
Yeah, the way they do it is just remarkable. I've had some of the best pastas in my life at Brodetto and at Crawford and Sons. They'll just bring one out and it'll be like, oh, we're going to maybe think about putting this on the menu, and it'll just blow your mind. I'm like, yeah, that needs to go on yesterday. So,
so you can put your name on anything. And
the beef tartare at Crawford and Sons in the bone marrow is there. They do it right. Every restaurant, they got some special things. So, if I would have to sit here for a day to kind of curate the perfect menu from all those restaurants, but and then I kind of like everything.
Let's say you want to build the ideal food day in Raleigh. Where would you go for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then if you're still hungry, dessert?
Okay, breakfast. I love a good bagel. Obviously, I think I like bench warmers just because I like going to the food halls, and I think that's a cool little spot down there at the transfer food hall. So maybe grab a bagel at bench warmers.
I like how you say it, bagel.
That's Canadian. Is that how Canadians say it? Okay. Okay, my Canadian bagel.
Yes, yeah.
Then lunch. I just went to Sushi Mon for lunch, which was
I haven't been there.
Great. Tonight that was a great lunch. And then right now I got to go dinner at Brodetto.
Okay.
And then dessert, you got to have the vanilla. Back when they have a gelato machine that I've found out is from Italy, and they have a vanilla they put olive oil and salt on it, and then they always have a rotating flavor. And the pistachio that they had was, you get them swirled up.
This is at Brodetto?
Yeah, they don't have pistachio. Well, maybe they do right now, but
they would for you.
Yeah,
they would pull out a pistachio for you.
But they have one rotating flavor. Vanilla always stays, but it's that's the best.
If you had to take a 1-year break from hockey and try a different career, what would you want to do? Other than be a food critic.
Any job in the world. I would like to be a singer.
Really?
I'm not a very good singer, but I did sing for a Nickelback concert once. You can check that out.
Way.
I sang one song, and I think if I could go on tour,
remember?
Rockstar by Nickelback. If I could go on tour with a band, like a really big one, and do that for a year, I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. Okay,
Or
I'm gonna get you on a little bit of.
Looks like Bradley Cooper. But...
Yeah, I will say that I think you could probably pull off being an actor. Okay, I'm gonna get you in a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
Who on your team would survive the longest on a reality show like Survivor, and who would be voted off first?
Last the longest, I think, would be Shane Gossespear, just because he watches a lot of reality TV and he can talk and manipulate a little bit. So I would say he would probably last the longest. Voted off early, I think, would be Taylor Hall, just because he's kind of a space cadet, and I think he would just get himself in some bad situations.
Yeah, probably.
I love Halsey, though. He's one of my good buddies, so hopefully he doesn't watch this. He'll be mad at me. Don't tag him.
He'll probably get you back. He'll get you back somehow. What is the most normal guy hobby you do?
Golf, maybe? Would that be a hobby? Normal guy? I feel like a lot of guys golf.
But does that translate well, being a hockey player and a golf player?
Well, I'm just terrible at golf.
Are you? Okay. So it doesn't translate,
yeah,
sounds like.
Yeah.
We've got to talk about the most fun part of hockey, which is, of course, the fights. Are they as fun to participate in as they are to watch from the stands?
Oh, if you win, yeah, there is fun to participate in.
But what is considered winning? I mean, it just looks like a bunch of like.
Well, if you hit him more than he hits you, I think it's considered a win. But the after effect always is your hands, your fingers are always like sore and your hands are sore. So
even through the gloves and everything.
Well, you take your gloves off. That's
true.
You're talking about
if you're really serious, you take
the gripping and all that. It's
and plus your hands are frozen, so it's that makes it worse. My hands are terrible right now. I'm like can barely hold this paper.
Yeah.
Okay, so an unfortunate side effect of all the fights. Of course, I'm thinking about the guy, Jack Hughes, his famous picture that's come out of the Olympics where he's missing a tooth, blood coming out of his mouth. So I've got to ask this question, and hopefully you've got a good sense of humor, but how often do you go to the dentist every year? And do you have a dentist like on staff or just good insurance?
Well, we have good insurance and there's dentists on staff.
Are they really on staff?
Well, they're our team dentists.
The team, okay.
They're there every game. I go to the dentist twice a year for cleanings, and maybe if I got a chip here or there, but I got all my teeth, so wear some wood. Knock on some wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, wear mouth guard and just trying.
Well, I've seen that the helmet only covers like above the mouth.
Yeah.
I think it would go down a little bit more to kind of prevent those things.
That's when you get higher in hockey, you just lose that. And
it gets shorter and shorter. Yeah. Oh, great. Okay, so speaking of music, if hockey had a walkout song like baseball players do, what would your song be?
Animals by Nickelback.
Okay, so you're obviously a big Nickelback fan.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring you on tour.
Oh.
You never know. We're putting it out in the universe.
Did one song. That's probably good.
You got fired immediately, it sounds like. Is there one moment at Lenovo that really stands out to you and still gives you chills no matter how long time has passed?
I think there's probably two. I would say that my first season here when we clinched playoffs, and it was just when it said Hurricanes of whatever qualified for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I just remember how loud that building was. And just that was my first time in the playoffs, and just something that I'll always remember. And then I think the second one would be I think it was the second round against the Islanders maybe 2 years ago. We had pulled the goalie, Aho tied it, and then 8 seconds later I scored that was the game winner, but it happened so fast. And I remember they were so loud because we tied the game, and then I scored when they were still cheering, and it was like pandemonium. Can't say that word right now.
Say it.
Yeah. Can't say that word, but everybody understands what I mean.
Hey, I can pick on you because I get picked on for my Southern accent.
Yeah.
So
So those were two that obviously stand out to me. They're pretty special.
I would say those are definitely special. Okay, finally, what is your perfect day in Raleigh with your family, with your wife and kids? What would you do?
Probably go, I don't know, probably maybe to the art museum.
Oh, yeah.
We like to go walk in there with our dog, and I feel like we've had like a couple like when the weather turns, or if early fall, late spring, when the weather's really nice, and they have like the singing swings there that my kids love.
Yeah.
Usually pick up some lunch and go eat in the grass, and then we have a great backyard that we like to play in, and that's we're kind of a homebody, so we like to stay home and maybe watch a movie and have dinner and shut her down.
Maybe some to-go from Brodetto.
Yeah, well, I don't do to-go. So
they would for you.
Yeah,
you know
I've had a little team from Crawford and some before, so.
I cannot thank you enough for doing this with us today. It has been so exciting, and just being in this environment is so exciting. So thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to What's Up Wake with Melissa Wistehuff, presented by the publishers of Carey Magazine, Wake Living, and Main and Broad. Follow them on social media at Carey Magazine NC, at MB Magazine NC, and at Wake Living Magazine. Visit each magazine's website at careymagazine.com, mainandbroadmag.com, and wakeliving.com to check out the latest digital edition of each magazine and find pickup locations. Be sure to subscribe and leave a 5-star review to help others find us. Music provided by Angie Bagley and Chris Bagley. This show is produced by Podcast Carey.